back calling me splurge. Why me jump right off the curb?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
would mean so much to me if you could understand that I need you just to be my lover, man.
Oh, gosh.
Really, I want you near me. Really, if you should hear me, 'cause you don't know like I know, baby. You gotta change your plan, 'cause I need you just to be my lover, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let Jah be praised while I pray for my blessings to rise. Oh, oh. Yes, sir. The belly full but they're starving. Have a lot and still wanting. Jah, without you we're empty. Fill us up with your mercy. The belly full but they're starving. Have a lot and still wanting. Jah, without you we're empty. Fill us up with your mercy. Man shall not live by bread alone, and I know, but by the words that proceeded from Jah Jah. Man shall not live by bread alone, and I know, but by the words that proceeded from Jah Jah. The belly full but they're starving. Have a lot and still wanting. Jah, without you we're empty. Fill us up with your mercy.
Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trust in the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide while me a play life role. Hurt the heart, but you can't hurt the soul. Trust in the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide while me a play. Where me love him all him kingdom me a go tour. Love me so much me no have to kick off no door. Just receive him more and more. Every day he then broke out like a sword. Who don't want people and Tony be sure. Now live up Kingston but me live a Portmore. When me meditate upon the seashore, talking to the rich and also to the poor. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trust in the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide while me a play life role. Hurt the heart but you can't hurt the soul. Trust in the Almighty more and more. Me no under no devil control. God does me guide while me a play.
Enough of them can't sleep at night, them all a worry and fear. Not too slow, say I'm a try for disrespect. Them done get the warning, this is the check. No, you something my black and all a whole city wreck. Hypocritical mockers, watch all you step. Before you disrust a man, you better think and check. Oh, you fit this the high priest, Melchizedek. Till I say I run the north, south, east and west. The rod in I'm right and the septine I'm left. Oh, you fit this the man now when the man conquer it. The man give us life and make we can blow it. So when you see the prophet certain talk, enough of them. Don't sleep at night, them all a worry and fear. As you see I say I'm a try for disrespect. Don't get the warning, this is the check. Nice and my black and all a whole set enough of them. Don't sleep at night and nightmare them a get up overnight a wash by cold sweat. All come outside, come sit down and step. We done pan them, John, them no stop from fret. You shouldn't this thing and with the golden precept. You shouldn't this thing and we control Nazareth. Hope the Ark of Covenant and make Babylon wet. Fuss up the seven seal and make Babylon fret. You see Rasta man certain talk enough for them. Don't sleep at night, them all a worry and fear. And too slow say I don't try to disrespect. Them done get the warning, this is the check.
Back to the future.
Today is the right day. You're right. Lead the people in the right way. Alright. Today is the right day. You're right. Lead the people in the right way. Boom, half my life, me have to give thanks for that. All the fuss and the fight, me no response for that. You see the daddies and the mommies used to suffer from the flat. Now the big man jam is sweep them up and them put them on the top. The enemy try to think they're all that, but they're not. Them flap, me glue it and learn my that. Me fly up on the birds and sell them free up on the lack. I make them know, Sister Columbia proud of them black. King Selassie is the Almighty. I'm a dance stop, say that boy. Yo, fire heart, today is the right day. You're right, lead the people in the right way. Alright, today is the right day. You're right, lead the people in the yo.
It was a lonely night, a night like this, when I lay down on my bed.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
It was a lonely night, a night like this, when I lay down on my bed. When I thought about the God I serve and all I'm going through, as the memories rushed down through my mind, it brought tears down to my pillows. Saying to myself, I must rise and go and testify. 'Cause man was made to serve God, and together we live forever. Man was made to serve God, and together we live forever. Upon this earth on which I trod to teach the word of God, my Bible is my only shield and the music is my rod. I pray mankind would hear my voice and listen when Jah called. But all they do is carry on like they don't care at all. Man was made to serve Jah, and together live forever. Man was made to serve Jah, and together we'll live forever.
I often wonder, yes, I wonder, often wonder, what's the difference between the wise and the fool? When the wise live and die, likewise the fool. What can I tell you? Don't you know this is true? A man is just a man. 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 We're here for the same reason, helping to fulfill God's plan. In order to pass the test, we've got to do our best. A man is just a man. A man is just a man. A man is just a man. A man is just a man.
You're not far from the station, so take out your identification. Yeah.
No one ever can understand it, the way the system planned. There's no hope, no chance, no loophole, no escape for a sufferer man.
I just the way that the Babylon planned it, for right to fight each and everyone every day. I don't follow that to the Satan boy. I need the children, they don't really gonna lead you astray.
Still I'm putting up a resistance.
Yeah,
I'm gonna work it out. You know I'm putting up a resistance.
and for the children, they can work it out. Because they no matter what the Babylon say, some say that when the children never go astray. All we got to do is to follow my feet. You hear me till big, I'm gonna kneel down on my knees and pray.
Sometimes the pressure make me feel like holler when every sign says no way out. Breaking my back to make an overtime dollar.
You may tell you
that just goes from hand to mouth. Still I'm
putting up some resistance, baby. But sure we gonna work it out.
Back to the future. Boom 1069 gives you 15 minutes of the biggest throwbacks.
Party jumping.
The trending station. Wake up. with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.
On a time, hey, girl, you give me goosebumps. The way you whine on a grind on a time, hey, girl, you give me goosebumps. The way you whine on a grind on a time, hey. The way you whine on a grind on a time, hey, girl, you give me goosebumps. The way you whine on a grind on a time, hey, girl, you give me goosebumps. The way you whine on a grind on a time, hey, girl, you give me goosebumps. The way you whine on a grind on a time, hey. 'Cause we be love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. 'Cause we be love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Take your time when you jam me, hug me, squeeze me, need me, girl, grab me. Party nice, look how we get handy. Wine go down, turn around, call me happy. Baby girl, you a tease. Don't stop whine for me, please. Just put your hand on your knees. 'Cause we be love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. 'Cause we be love it, 'cause music is vibe, so good, give me life. Give thanks, 'cause music is vibe, so good, give me life.
Let me dance for an all I am thinking. Soca is my remedy. It brings me serenity, yeah, yeah. And no matter what they do, words they can't convince me. Stop me from believing. Soca is a reason I'm happy. One DJ line up on two. It's my girlfriend, them about to come true. Bartender, 3 shots of tequila and 4 drinks in. Now it's time for the flow, go low. Watch me kill it with the wine. Watch how me body nice and fine. Soca make me shine like stars in the night. Soca, yeah, give me life. In the middle of the dance for it all I'm thinking. Soca is my remedy. It brings me serenity, yeah, yeah. And no matter what they do, words they can't convince me. Stop me from believing. Soca is a reason I'm happy. 5 tracks, 6 tracks, soca galore. Music all night, forever, want more. Can't get enough of this sensation. Soca is my addiction. Every song is a remedy, removing the stress with the melody. I'm alive and free, and just like honey from a bee. Soca, you're real, real sweet. In the middle of the dance for it all I'm thinking. Soca is my remedy. It brings me serenity, yeah, yeah. And no matter what they do, words they can't convince me. Stop me from believing. Soca is a reason I'm happy. It's me and Soca. All night long it's me and Soca. All night long, Soca. All night long it's me and Soca.
OMG in the morning, lighting up SVG on Boom 1069.
This one is for all I did. All I did. All I did. Let me tell you this. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care, I live in my life. You could keep on making your noise. I can't hear you. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care, I live in my life. You could keep on making your noise.
get nice when me liming. Give thanks for life, no bad mind thing. Stay 5, you know you're out of timing. Well, it's a long time now I in party. Vibes team and you know that be vibes in. Give thanks for life, no bad mind thing. Stay 5, you know you're out of timing. Well, it's a long time now. Well, it's a long time now I ain't go to a party and jam on woman all night. I used to real do my thing. I'm missing them days, bad. Really came in, them bumper there. I swear, I jump in the hoops and I'm ready to do my thing. Yeah, right now I feel like it's my first time I'm feeling like a virgin. I'm real high. Only a bad blow could knock me out when I'm pumping. And this is so confusing. Only I've been jumping down. Don't tell me nothing.
7 minutes after 7 o'clock.
Take over me. It remind me of the first time I touched party. I cannot deny the vibes, the shock was so heavenly. On a candy.
I'm not even saying good morning to anybody this morning. Nobody.
When I look at her, it's so much pretty girl. Fitting in the carnival with a bag of green on me like a criminal. But if I wine on a girl, see the team all around me, and we having a good time. Yes, we having a good time. Do you remember the time I talking about the very first line? When last you been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise. When last you had a time to remember, it's only bumper to fender, and the drinks get done, big up the bartender. Who come with the money, come with the honey. Who come to dance and dingole? I come with a cooler, milk of it loud, yeah, we come to vibes and elevate. No, it's not a mistake. When the girls see we did this one participate. Jay bring down the soca, pass up the speaker, cause it take the stress away.
Michael Road say good morning to the Beckway Whalers.
Fitting in the carnival with a bag of green on me like a criminal. A tip of wine on a girl, see the team all around way.
Morning, man.
Having a good time. Yes, we having a good time. Do you remember the time I'm talking about the very first line? When last you been to a party, plenty women looking so.
And that's it for my good mornings. I'm not saying good morning to nobody else. I kind of in a mood this morning.
You had a time to remember. It's only bumper to fender, and the drinks got done.
Kyle here.
Wake up with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.
Check this thing. Hold on. Can you bring that right out to me, please? Let me just check this thing in. Let me see. Just make sure all is well. You know how to do that? Look at it. You see how it is? Shady, can't you look at the screen and see how it is? Not you. Alright, okay. Go back to how it was there now. Yeah. Let's have a conversation. Morning to you. How are you?
Morning, real bad man.
They're not kind of a baddish mood this morning. Not doing well this morning.
Trouble, you know.
You'll hear all about it this morning. Before I tell you that, let me just tell you what to expect during the course of the morning. Hamo is going to call this morning. He's going to wild me up. And he kind of molded in. You never know what might happen. And at 7:45, we got Council joining us. At 7:45, our Council, Jomo Thomas. At 8:15, we've got the Prime Minister Press Officer, Chevron Macmillan. Today is Monday. Mr. Weeks will join us at 8:30 this morning. At 9:45, we got Dr. Richards. In between there, we get your calls and we get your music and we give you some messages and tell you about some stuff that's happening in the country and all of that. Yeah? So that's that. So Hamo, let me get you dealing with right now because I want to say something. Come on, Hamo, let's go. Let's see. Yeah, Hamo, let's go, buddy. Yeah, let's go. Morning. What did I do wrong there? Hamo, sorry about that. Sorry about that, Hamo. You can call back. Sorry about that. I didn't click the button on my side
to engage, to bring you on air. Let's go. Morning.
Good morning, Brother Bing. How are you? And you notice the saying good morning. Don't ever say you're not going to say good morning. People respect you. And God is listening to you. Don't come with no mood. This is a wonderful opportunity for people to speak. I beg them, don't come in my yard to tell me anything what to say. Call Bing. He ain't hustling a nickel. And all I am saying is that there are serious situations in this country. We saw what is happening in Trinidad. And so keep focused that God is the one that wakes you up. This is not, well, go and serve. Not Friday, not liquor, not hammy. Respect your audience. Don't come in no mood. Talk, say good morning to your people because you don't know if you live to see the end the next hour. Let me stop this game we're playing with God, you know. God is like, let me just read out this thing and just say one thing and come off. John 8:44, you belong to your father, the devil. I ain't throwing no words. This applies to me and my children too. If they go astray, you belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desire. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth, for there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language, for he is a liar. So when you hear people say liar, it's not disrespectful. If you tell a lie, you tell a lie. If Hammy tell a lie, you tell a lie. And the father of lies. This is a significant verse because anybody who lies puts your life in danger. Anybody who say that a vaccine or any medication is safe and give it to people. And I just want to call out again the unions. You all should, every one of you, I mean, I hate you all. Including Dr. Friday Leacock Cummings, all of you who've been telling people to take a vaccine when you had the evidence is safe. You all should not be paying the taxpayers' money. Let me just say what I'm saying. Mr. Gonsalve, you need to understand that you've been playing this game. Since my investment program, you're now saying that the people who are running the CBI program, they're basically crooks. How are you going to do? Why are you doing that, Mr. Gonsalve? A program is not corrupt. It is the people who run the program. And in front of me here, you know, William Wise, Dave Ames, we saw what happened. I have a document in front of me here from Iranians that you, Americans, said that you gave them citizenship and sanctions, possibly on you. And God knows who you had given citizenship. Why are you after CBI? So let me just say why CBI is so significant. Quickly. Grenada Citizen Investment Program has recorded record-breaking. There's a graph I'm sending to you, and you see an upward trend in Grenada citizen. That is why the Grenadians could come out of, God forbid we have another hurricane again. Beryl last year, you couldn't come out because you can't even pay salaries. You can't afford medicines in the hospital. And you had the audacity. You and Montgomery there to say that Braxton doing well when you don't pay them? When 95% of Braxton? So CBI program is a record-breaking 2023, very good figures for 2024. 1 billion plus, Mr. Ralph Gonsalve. Also, it was given, CBI, given a booster, because that is what is the problem with CBI. Not the men, because if you run CBI, anything you run is corrupt. CBI Memorandum of Agreement is an understanding signed by these countries to make it safe, to make sure that they don't bring in crooks. That is the problem with it. It's a wonderful program. Once you and Eustace could have done it. And that is why he wanted CBI. Also, under CBI, let me just read this part, because you see we're not getting enough at all. We want to make Sonic and Ralph Gonsalve.
Hurry up, my brother. We don't have a lot of time. Hurry up, please.
Baste Sinkit, chairman of the Monetary Fund in the Eastern Caribbean Union, EC Prime Minister Gaston Brown, said without CBI we would have defaulted on our loans. At the end of that document, it's there to see Eastern Caribbean countries with default on loan. Published March 9, 2017, Caribbean News Now. To the end of that document, Clay. The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank gave recommendation, government on behalf of the people. They're saying, Mr. Antoine said it's a good project. It's what will save the Caribbean. Once you implement it properly and you do due diligence, And I could go on and on to show you the very importance of the CBI. Because right now, Gonzalo, you don't have tourism.
10 seconds.
You don't have agriculture. You don't have nothing. It is time we get Gonzalo and fighting about, let me get them working people out to the country. Like God, I love you.
Thank you, Mr. Hamilton. Enjoy your morning splash. Thank you very much. It's 17 after 7 o'clock. Yes, Tanya, I'm seeing you. I saw your message. Good morning to you, Tanya, my darling. I know if there's one person who can tell me anything, it's Tanya. Tanya on the live saying, Bing, what is it? I saw you at the NDP meeting. Yes, I went. Let me just declare it. I went to the NDP meeting in West St. George on Saturday night. Was it Saturday night, Shady? Saturday night.
Yes, Saturday night.
Yes. I went to the NDP meeting on Saturday night in West St. George. I must say it was quite informative. In fact, I had a very good, interesting conversation with someone. Very good conversation with someone. I don't know if I should release who that person is. A member of the NDP. Very interesting. And it's a pity that the conversation didn't continue, because while the conversation was going on, a lot of persons came around and was, and sort of stopped it and interrupted it. But to my surprise, on Saturday night, when I got home, even when I was on my way home, my phone just kept going off. I was driving, so I didn't really look at it until I got home. I saw friends of mine sending me screenshots of me, photos of me speaking to that individual, photos of me without just standing, videos of me walking. As a matter of fact, the reason why Louise left the meeting earlier was because of me, because I really wasn't feeling 100%. So I told her let's go. She wanted to stay, but I insisted that we leave, because I really wasn't feeling 100% on Saturday night. All weekend, as a matter of fact. And then I saw this video of me leaving the event. And one Jeffrey Providence, as per usual. Before I focus in on Jeffrey Providence, I don't know. I do not know. But I think a political party is a party that is supposed to try and get people to come to you. I think a political party is a party it's a numbers game. The more persons you get, the better. It's an open arms situation with a political party. As Arnhem used to say, it's a big tent. Everybody should be welcome. But then I realize now what has been the problem with the NDP all this time? What has been the problem with the NDP all the time? And it needs to be fixed. The problem that has been with the NDP for all these times, all these years, has been some of its supporters. And the leadership, the executive members, and members in the top brass of the party has refused or turn a blind eye or decide not to do anything about it. They won't, I believe, because nothing has been done, nothing has been changed, that they won't pull in their supporters and say, listen, that is not what we want. We want to win an election. We want to encourage people to come to us. We want to be an open arms kind of situation. We don't want to be cussing people. We don't want to be running people. We don't want to be, saying all kind of nasty things about people. And I go on now to Jeffrey Providence. I have said up to last week, and I've said all at the time. You see me? Say anything you want about me. You could cuss me. You could run me down. Because I go come back and I go cuss you and I go run you down. Because I have a mic. And my mic is my weapon. So you could say, I give you the authority to say whatever you want about Bing Joseph. Please. Because I will give it back to you good, better, and worse. But you see my family, which includes my children and my children's grandfather, who's dead, who can't respond. Stick away from him. Stick away from him. So when Jeffrey Providence get up on his high horse, I think something is mentally wrong with this guy. Something is wrong. I don't know. I just believe he has got some kind of brain, some chemical defect in his brain. Something. One minute he go be this, another minute he go be that. Something is wrong with this guy called Jeffrey Providence. So he jump up with some video. I don't even know who took the video. We leave in the event. I do not even know who took the video. But as usual, a lot of photos being taken at me, a lot of pictures, a lot of videos, because I turn up at the NDP meeting. Oh gosh. It's a meeting, it's a public meeting. I didn't walk into all your executive meeting. It was a public meeting. So what? But anyway, this Mr. Jeffrey Providence chose to put up on his page, and I noticed he took it down now. You can't see it now. He took it down. I don't know if somebody had said something to him. That, Monday morning, you go hear Bing. You go and he got beat up and run off him more than NDP. Or what to that effect. Because for every election, that's what he do. Every election, that's what he do. He bring in Steve or Joe Kim. And he come and he cuss. And he beat up on the NDP. And then he bring in, now he bringing in you want to say Pink Panther, but he's saying Tin Panther, which is Travis Harry, to beat up on the NDP. But where he crossed the line is when he said, Sir James, a dead man, the founder of the party that you do not vote for, that you stay in America and run off your damn mouth every day, that cause problems to the party. You, Jeffrey Providence, you stay in America every single day, and you are the biggest. When it comes to the NDP, the NDP just need to cut you off. Somebody need to come out and make a statement about this guy. Somebody needs to make a statement. You are the biggest collateral damage to the party. And then he go come and he go say, me? Not me. Somebody hacked my page. I don't know. I never said anything about that. I don't know. I like this. I like that. BS. So then he jump on and he start to cuss Sir James. A dead man. Jeffrey Providence, let me look at you. You don't want to tangle with me. You know why? And I know why. You do not want to tangle with me. Don't do it. Do not do it. It is not, it will not be beneficial to you to tangle with me. Don't do it. And then he go come and he go say, but Bing, you're my buddy, you're my friend, and I will never do that. After he done, he go put in nastiness and say all the nastiness and all. But I don't care. I'm a public figure. I'm entitled for you to cuss who you want when you want to cuss me, but leave my family out of it. Watch me, Jeffrey. This is my last and final warning to you. My last and my final warning to you. And on this day, I promise you, if I ever see you go to your Facebook page and write up anything with regards to my family. My son's name is James Mitchell. There are people who may not know the difference. There's a whole generation who do not know who Sir James Mitchell Sr. is. Don't do it. Do not do it. You take pride. You take pride. I believe you do not want the NDP to come to office. You take pride in being nasty and worthless. And then when you do, you run and say, me, I never do that. I never say that. I am a good person. I did America here. And I think, don't do it. Don't do it, because you know what I'm capable of. You know what I am capable of. And if I only go to my Facebook page right now and I see you respond with anything, I'm letting it go on you. Don't do it. Good morning to you, folks. What you say? I know you said Sir James. My friend, my children friends call him Sir James. But even though he meant Sir James Mitchell Sr., why would you want to be dragging down the name of the man who started the party which you support? Why? You just hated doing that with Vincent Beach or Keto? Why would you want to do that? You have a plan. It is your objective. That is your objective. Don't do it. Do not do it. And you just come and say, but Bing, you and I are friends, man. You're my partner. I would never say anything. Listen to me. You and I are not friends as of now. We are not friends. We will never be friends. But just don't make a mistake and call my name. But you can call my name. Call my name. Say what you want about me. But this is my family. Stay far. Stay far. Very far. Call my name. Because I go call back your name. But you see them can't call your name. And they can't respond. But I could respond to you. Don't do it. A bad way to start the morning. I'm so sorry, folks. I'm so sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I had to start the morning. I went to the meeting feeling all. Louise dragged me out to the meeting. I said, okay, I could go. I went there. I got there. I was greeted. You know, unlike the other occasions, I was greeted nicely. People were nice to me. You know what I mean? People laugh, make jokes. You know what I mean? But you know me already. I am a kind of coward king when I'm in public, so I kind of go and hold a corner. Louise, you see the bank up, the crate right up there. We're going up there. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? It was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the meeting. I enjoyed it. You know, I enjoyed some of the candidates who came to me and, you know, threw little jokes at me, and I enjoyed it. But of course, you know, you got to have one idiot. One idiot just spoiled it all for me. One idiot spoiled it all for me. One idiot by the name of Jeffrey Providence. But and I don't have a problem. Deal with me. Come at me. Say bing this and bing that and bing that, because I will respond to you. When you call James Mitchell name, he can't respond to you. Whether it is the James Mitchell who's dead, he can't respond to you. Or the James Mitchell who's my son, he can't respond to you. He can't. Leave my family out of your nastiness. Leave them. Let's take a commercial break, Shady. Let's go. Less is more. So let me stop right there.
Let's go! Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Don't got no money back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we telling
The Sound Revolution now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride. Not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Let's go! Vincy people fed up with saltfish. Remember you can't see wheel, on his veil. Robbers! Captain! Set the sail! Set the sail! Set the sail! Set the sail! Whale pussy! Whale pussy! Whale pussy! We going down! We going down! We going backward! We going China one! Me get whale pussy! Whale pussy! Whale.
This guy's madly in love with Beckware.
We going down! We going backward! We going union! Me get it! Whale pussy! Whale pussy! Whale pussy! Whale pussy!
Them Southside girls say they want selfie me. Then say come and bet way, you go get whale pussy. So I jump in a speedboat, me and Oji. From we touching at the harbour, it's whale pussy. Southside,
whale pussy.
Harbour.
One of the best soca voices out of Vincy. Listen to his voice.
Pussy Clifton,
whale pussy. Ashton,
whale pussy.
Kingston,
whale pussy. We going down, we going down, we going breakfast, we going China one. Me get it. Whale pussy, whale pussy, whale pussy.
We walk, Shady, we walk.
Everybody dreams of go England, my dreams to go back way. Sweet to God. Oh my. Everybody dreams of go England, my dreams to go back way. Back way. Everybody dreams of go Canada, my dreams to go back way. Back way. I don't need no visa, I don't need no passport. All I need is a suitcase and a fast boat. I don't need no visa, I don't need no passport. All I need is a suitcase and a fast boat. Everybody dreams of go England, my dreams to go back way. Back way. Everybody dreams of go Canada, my dreams to go back way.
Whale pussy. And there was whales were caught in Beckware in the weekend, right? Yeah. I'm not gonna inquire because I do not believe in such things. I don't think that we are back. That's not what you were saying of it. That I do not believe that we should be eating whales and catching whales. So I cannot encourage anybody get any whale or the drops piece by the station for me, please, okay? Any piece of the blower, please, okay? Especially some of the chips, please. Anybody, somebody, please. Dove. The dove? Oh God, bring some, give me, please. Bring some, give me, please. All right, please. Anybody. Whale for see. Beckware. How many they caught? One or two? One? A big one. Big one, not a calf, right? A big one. It doesn't matter. Catch whale, man. Let me go. Whale time. We whaling, buddy. We whaling. Is this a season? Well, they come down. Yeah. They leave the cold and they come down in the warm weather. Whale for sea, boy. Watch me this time around. Whale for sea. So that's one. We allow 4 white things. So that's one. Hey, listen. Let me make the four big ones now. Oh gosh, man. Not the small one of them, not the calves, the 4 big ones. Sabrina. Hey, Wong Pang by the bar. Wong Pang, buddy. Don't let it see it. Just slip it. Put it on the boat and send it up now. Just put Bing, right? Just put Bing. Oh, put Shady name on it. If you put Bing name on it, I will get insured. Put Shady name on it, and we will collect it. All right, Wong Pang. But you got. Sorry, man. I was going to say something. Put Shady name on it, Wong Fang. Yeah? Put Shady name on it. Please, I beg you. Wong Fang. Whale in Beckware. Hey, listen, here's something else that you can get no matter where you are if you're in Beckware. Refer your friends, yeah? And save big times. Do you have Digicel? Plus S Ultra Fast Home Fiber Internet? Great! Then here's a chance for you to get 30% off your current internet bill for the next 3 months. 30%. That's 10% every month. Yeah, for the next 3 months. Wow. And if you've not tried it, maybe you should try it. Shady, we moved up the thing back. I can't. We move it for. Did you move it? Mm-hmm. So why am I not seeing it anymore? Why am I not seeing it anymore? Anyway, refer your friends, all right? And you get fiber internet. Yeah. Great. It's fast. Yeah. Then there's a chance for you to win 30% of your current internet bill for the next 3 months. Yes! It's that easy. Refer in store via their customer service. Digicel. Oh, check them out, people. Don't be a shady. He's got Digicel phone, but you don't have internet. You don't even have internet at all. He's gonna stand up underneath people next to people's house and get internet. Shady, get yourself some internet. Don't be a shady, folks. Please don't be a shady. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. We got 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes before we go to council. I done see what I seen and I gone. All you holding on the live and still fight up with that. All you fight up with that. I done see what I see. I said what I've said and I've gone. I moved on already. Let's go. Next thing. Next one. Next one. I said what I said. Unless it come back, then I'll say what I have to say and more. So if it come back, I'll say that plus more. But for now, I done say what I've said and I've gone. We got council coming up. We got 2 minutes to go. Yeah, got 2 minutes to go. Hey, we saw the picture with Ras Moses. You saw the picture with Ras Moses? No. We gotta get one. We pull it, go on the page and pull on one. But when he come out, we want people to see how he look for his birthday. I heard the man had fireworks, big party, all kind. If you see, listen, the man didn't. But you play for the party all thing. Candyman had a massive birthday bash on Thursday. Massive fireworks up in the mountain. Animals balling. They said they never see so much fireworks in the sky yet up in that area, there up in the country. Big sound system, music blaring, and he came out in the big chair with the big thing we stand upon, we call that the African throne, and he sat down and he put one foot up on one side of the chair. Of course, you gotta have a special shoe. Yeah. Decked out in a special outfit made specially for him. Had his hair done specially for him. And all of that. Candyman and his birthday. Well, boy, watch about the celebration he had. What a celebration. And of course, Comrade Shady was there to play for it. Let's go. It's now time for our good counsel. It's now 7:45. Let's go, people. Let's go, Shady. Let's go. It's now time for counsel. Let's go.
Plain talk. Plain talk with Jumo Thomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
Let's see if we got him backstage. Every Providence, give up now. Give up, please now. Give up. You're not gonna win this one. Give up. Hey, Rich. Anytime Big Joseph can't beat me, he blame NDP. I can't beat you. You really want it to go down that way? You want it to be a good on too? Who could beat who? I'm ready, you know. Council, we waiting on you backstage. Is he here? Is he here? Yeah. Give up and let go because you know you won't win this one. You won't win this one. Council, bring him forward for me, please. Not hearing anything. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Bing.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning, Shady. Most of all, good morning to your listeners. Bing, did you get a chance? Did you get a chance to read the ULP's column in last week's paper?
I see where you're going with this.
Ask your question.
I see where you're going with it. I see where you're going. I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
I guess you don't. I
Continue.
guess you don't want to answer, but
Continue, buddy. Continue.
Prime Minister Gonzalez is really in panic mode. I've never read. I mean, he's famous for one screed after the other. But as mommy used to say, this one take the cake, the sweet bread, the mobby, everything. I mean, to lump everybody who might have the slightest shade with the government as being anti-people or anti-ULP, and to postalize it in a way to say that all people are envious of him and they have personal hatred for him. And you know it's he who wrote it, because I've been reading Prime Minister Gonzalez for close to 50 years. And I know it's he who wrote it. You know, writing his DNA, its fingerprint. Sometimes it makes you sick. But I have to read these things because I have to be able to come and comment. I mean, by what metric? By what yardstick could the ULP in 2025, could Prime Minister Ralph Gonzalez in May of 2025 say that the party that he leads is a pro-people party? Is he saying that because the party gives this or that to people? Is he saying that because some people are getting $800, $1,800, and others are getting $500? Is he saying that because the government say they're going to build some homes? Is that a sign of being pro-people? But the ancients told us that rather than giving people a fish, you ought to teach them how to fish. Because if you teach them how to fish, they would not be totally overwhelmingly dependent on you. But is it that this government fosters a culture of dependency, that it wants people to be dependent so as to hold an unholy grip on them? I mean, how do you conclude that people who are opposed to you were former progressives? And what is the evidence that you or your party is progressive? Rhetoric says the brilliant West African revolutionary Amilcar Cabral is not a sign of progressiveness. It's not. So you can wax in all kind of rhetoric and quote this or that person. It is what is happening on the ground. And can anyone with a straight face in St. Vincent in 2025 say, particularly the vast majority of people, can they really say that their lives are better now than they were in 2020? And here I'm not talking about Gonzalez and his family. I'm not here talking about Gonzalez and his close friends. And I'm not here talking about Gonzalez and his foreign allies. Because evidently, friends, family, foreign allies, they are doing much better. We saw it, we talked about it last week with rainforests. We know it happens with sandals. We know that they're the ones who are eating butter bread with sausage and cheese, as we used to love to do back in the day. I don't know how many of our people are doing that now, but we know that. So we're not talking about them. We're talking about ordinary people in the villages across the country. How many of them can say with a straight face that they're doing better than they were doing in 2020? How do we? He goes and turns himself into a pretzel to say, well, oh, you know, he's the master, he's the mighty explainer. So he wants to explain what a spell is. He wants to come at me, I presume, because I said the people must break Gonzal's spell. I'm not talking about no superstition. Gonzalez, more than anybody else, knows that Jomo Thomas is not superstitious. So I'm not talking about no religious superstition, and then he invokes the African religious tradition of Obia and puts it in a negative sense. Obia is not negative. So I'm not talking about that. When I talk about his spell, I'm talking about the fact that he's controlled St. Vincent for 25 years and that must be brought to an end. And I'm telling you, that notion about breaking Gonzal's spell, that's not even mine. I got that from someone who was a firm believer in Gonzalez and his Unity Labour Party, who told me that almost 2 years ago that the time has come for us to break Gonzal's spell. We're not talking about superstition. We're talking about the grip that he has on the country. And how does he get this grip? How does this hold manifest itself? Through the improper use of state resources. As we saw in election 2020, that was beyond anything that anybody has ever seen. That what we are seeing now, the kind of misuse of government resources to borrow $93 million as we saw 2 weeks ago, saying that we are borrowing this money, but we don't have any specific way, no specific purpose as to what we're going to use it for. So the government would go into debt by $250 million for no specific purpose, no specific reason at all. That's what we are talking about when we say break the spell. Now, nobody who was serious about any government, including this government, would conclude that the government has not done anything. Nobody would do that. Who's serious? Government has done some things. The government, through its policy against great odds, has constructed an international airport, which I think would redound to the benefit of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The government has made some efforts in terms of education, where hundreds of people of the poor, the working class, got a chance to get an education, including, and importantly, a tertiary education that redounded to their benefit and the benefit of the family. Because a lot of times when they get it, they can't get a job here. They apply for a visa, they go to the United States, they regularize their status there or in Canada, in Europe, wherever, and they can send for their family. And if they don't do that, they get a job that may pay them much more. They can send resources back to lift the standard of living of their family and friends. So nobody can say that nothing has been done. But as C. Ben David, it's strange that I'm quoting C. Ben David, but as C. Ben David says in his column, in response to the ULP's column, he said, well, C. Ben David didn't say this, but I would say it. He said that he owns every square inch or he controls every square inch of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And if you want to claim the good things that are happening, says C. Ben David, and I have said this time and time again, you have to claim, in fact, you have to claim these two. And Ben David talks about the high crime, an even higher murder rate, an increasingly dumbed down educational system, the mass migration of the best, the brightest, and the most ambitious citizens, skyrocketing unemployment, and even higher underemployment, all of the points that I have raised over and over, environmental degradation of all types on both the land and the sea, urban decay. We see it all the time, where buildings, the best representative of it in Kingston right now is the Girls High School, closed since 2021. The Thomas Sanders High School, closed since 2022. We talk about urban decay. We saw it with the old Treasury building. We saw it with the old Princery. The decline in food production, unhealthy obesity. All of these we talk about, the low morals, growing inequality between the rich and the poor. Ben David says, and I agree with him because I've said it before, claim those two. Claim the high poverty rate, which is about 4 in every 10. Claim that too. And when persons point to those things, it is a disservice. It's almost laughable. When you point to it, it is said that you hate Ralph or you hate the government. Talk about a cockeyed view. He has the cockeyed view of Vincentian reality. And people have to just continue to make these points all the time. Because it's really a battle. It's clear that this column, I mean, it's not nothing new. I mean, the government has survived on a razor-thin majority since 2010. So every election cycle, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves goes into a tease. He's exceedingly, for all of his bravado, he's exceedingly concerned that the people, even with his attempts to sway people with all kind of giveaways, he's exceedingly concerned that the people are going to finally turn their back on him. And he becomes increasingly desperate. So he lumps everybody together. Kenton wants this one wants this, that person wants that, as if he alone should get, or as if his family alone should get. And tell us about your family and what they got. And that's the concern, that if there's a change of government, some of the privilege which he, his big friends, and his foreign backers, what they would lose. And I think that we need, if we are going to have a country that is meaningful, if we are going to have a vibrant democracy, then let the ideas contend. But don't engage in this kind of scurrilous, empty talk that really manifests the bile and the hate and the aggressive posture that is unbecoming of the discourse which we need to have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The guy even make a claim that I wanted to be Minister of Health after the 2015. I never made any claim to any position in government. Much more, the talk was that because of my own persona and what I've done, and because I've championed the health of our people, there was talk in some circles that I should have been made Minister of Health. And I have no doubts that had I been made a Minister of Health, I would have been a damn good Minister of Health, because I would have led by example in my personal life. But I never said that I wanted to be anything except to say that I wanted to have a role in national development. So when you read these, I mean, I don't know how many people read them because it's a long screed, goes on and on, takes up almost 2 pages. I mean, I paid a full page in a newspaper. So a lot of people don't read that. But I felt compelled to read it. I felt compelled to comment on it. Because if only to let people understand that this is a desperate man who came to power in 2001 claiming that he wanted 2 terms and is now beseeching the people of this country to give him a 6th term and is determined to do whatever it takes, even if it tarnishes our democracy, to attain that goal. And I could only hope that the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines would say no. The people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines would make a sharp turn away from this kind of nonsense. You can't have a leader that engages in that kind of bombastic, scurrilous attack on anybody who may write objectively. And you know why? Do you think does anybody in St. Vincent and Gonzales has any friend at all who does not support him? I doubt it. Because for him, if you don't support him, you are the impersonation of evil. You could not, he's so godlike. And then accuses people of being Napoleonic. He's so godlike that he thinks that an opposition to him is a manifestation of evil. So he could not have a friend who does not support him. He could not have an intellectual understanding that to support someone else is not to say that he is not a person of worth. He's a person of worth, but I just don't support you. I think you should go. He cannot fathom that kind of reality. So when we talk about neurosis, he suffers the neurosis. And the last thing Vincentian should do is to allow someone who is in such deep state of mental and psychological and psychic imbalance to continue to rule the country we call St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That's my take for this morning.
Thank you very much, Kongson. A very good one indeed. Catch you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, right here. OMG in the morning. Shady, take me to the top and let's get going. Here we go, Shady.
SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station. Wake up with the real Badman Big and DJ Shady.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it wrong to love thy enemies? Yeah. I've only been backstabbed by friends of me. Yeah. No one can take my destiny. No. Can't let them get the best of me. Look. If you see me, then you must be out the way. I'm in the wilderness, I'm in another state, yeah. Cup full of bitterness, don't drink it for the taste. This for the people who don't know our Father's grace. Hidden treasures, we like diamonds that thrive under pressure. Hold your head up in any weather. How can we lose them whenever the shepherd can't lose them? Is it wrong to show my faith through the work of my songs? Oh no. And we strong through the power of I am young. Is it wrong to love thy enemies? Yeah. I've only been backstabbed by friends of me. Yeah. No one can take my destiny. No. Can't let them get the best of me. this morning. The sun is on the rise once again. We heard that things are going. Anything.
Tune for them.
See men sailing on their ego trip. Blast off on their spaceship. Million miles from reality. No care for you, no care for me.
One time, Shady, one time. We got Rasmus coming up in another couple of minutes time also at 8:15. Oh boy, we got stuff for him.
Bless my eyes this morning. The sun is on the rise once again. We heard that things are going. Anything can happen. You see men sailing on their ego trip. Blast off on their spaceship. Million miles from reality. No care for you, no care for me.
I'm not going in a Babylon kingdom. Go bake my bread. Me not go in a Babylon kingdom. Go bake my bread. For Satan company, them are snipers. For Satan company, them are snipers. Now go in a Babylon kingdom. Go bake them bread. Me not tried in a Babylon kingdom. Go bake them bread.
Satan.
For Satan company, them a sniper, all of them. Satan company, them a sniper.
I had the holy water for them, you know. Hey, why?
They rob and they cheat the poor people all the time. They sit and keep a conference while something wine. Say, Satan company, them a sniper. Me Lord, the Satan company, yeah, them a sniper.
I wonder how you send your little youth go to school.
Shady!
Yeah, you're there from corner, I shot and fucking cool.
Shady!
See me every hour, every time when me pass. I wonder if you like
Shady!
Fine class. See me now, me can't look on me class. Them dark me up for wonder if it was fire you are.
Is this Monday morning, Shady?
And every day I tell me, let talk for thing me up for wonder if you cripple or you want.
Because what?
Man off for me, man off for me. Man off for me, don't take your mind off for me. Take your eye off for me. Oh, na Chatty,
I don't trouble people first. I don't. Good one comes, a good one. Don't trouble people first. And run and hide.
Chatty, Mount Amasi, mix up. Why you not leave people business? I said below people business.
No man.
Chatty, Mount Amasi, mix up. Why you not leave people business? I said below people business. Good God, I tell you about. Nothing near God, nothing nearby your place won't fix up. Why you not allow people business? Leave people business alone.
That was just the intro. Hey, the real thing. Hey, the real thing. That was just the intro. That was just the intro. Major. Antonella, yes, I did enjoy myself on Saturday night there.
But between the day you're born and when you die, they never seem to hear even your cry. So as sure as the sun will shine,
as sure as the sun will come up tomorrow morning, watch it.
What's mine?
Because
and then the harder they come, the harder they fall.
Oh Shady, oh Shady, oh Shady, oh Shady, oh Shady. Oh Shady, oh Shady, oh Shady, oh Shady. Oh Shady, oh Shady, oh Shady. Oh Shady, oh Shady. Oh Shady. One time. we got Oh, what is that? What is that? Please explain this statement because it's really. Shady, can you tell me where am I? Raymond and Riley, good morning to you, my cousin. Where is really? Can somebody tell me where is? Which part here so is? Which part here so is? I went like the fire in the bacchanal this morning. I went like the fire this morning. Not that I don't like the fire. I like the fire. Well, boy, should you get some pictures there from Ras Moses? Any celebration? I know you was a DJ. You invite me. You see, I know all you have all the big thing. I'm not a comrade, so I'm not invited. Only comrades are invited, apparently. So I'm not invited. So you, Lyndon James, the whole pack of you, the whole of you. By the way, I'm going by him this evening, boy. What a time, boy. I enjoy myself. I enjoy myself. I look good. I look damn good. You know what I'm saying? Me and my daughter have a bet, and I'm preparing. Jeffrey Providence, ease off now. What is the matter with you? I tell you, I done left that and gone. Are you holding on to that? Why are you holding on to that? Let that go, buddy. I done deal with that and I move. You want me to go back to that again? Let it go. Talk about something else. Talk about the sky, the sun, the rain, whatever. Talk about something else. Forget about that because you don't want me going back to that. Leave that. Because I'm not in a good place this morning. It's 8:14 and 29 seconds. We're getting ready for him. We're getting ready for Ras Moses. Big party. Lord. Fireworks. DJ Shady. A whole heap of music. Food car done. They say everything in the bar was free. Big celebration he had. And he going to come on and say, well, my comrade pay for that. Rafi for that. And I heard he got another vehicle as a gift too, as well. He did well. He's doing well. They say, take it while you can. Boy, I don't know, but then I don't know. I should invite you. Where what? Ras Moses. We going to the next meeting NDP had. I carrying you. Nobody can't do you nothing. Nobody can't tell you nothing. Nobody can't talk to you. Nobody can't talk about you after on Facebook because you're rolling with the real bad man. Let's go. The doctor. With the doctor. Let's go. Lyndon. Be fit. Lyndon.
The other day, me a pass through Mona. Woke up on a nice girl named Ramona. She addicted to me.
Lyndon, Big Fat Vibes, Cartel James. Let's dance, folks. Let's dance. Strong man in the gym. Good morning to you, buddy. I'm a walk-out partner, boy. Oh, gosh, that man lost some weight. He's an inspiration to me. I said, Lyndon, I will walk out with him. Please, put me to walk out with him. If you see so much weight this man lost. Wait there. Where is he? Not there. Ras Moses, Candyman. Lyndon, you have one job to do. Gosh, one job to do. Nope, you have one job to do. One job I give you to do in Lyndon. You can't even get that done. Ras Moses waiting. You want to talk? You don't want to speak about his oh, he coming in loud and clear. He's coming in loud and clear. Ras Moses is here. Zagazoon. Watch you.
Oh man. What a birthday I had.
Boy.
Down.
You lit up the skies. You lit up the skies with your celebration, buddy.
Light up everything. Air out in the darkness. The shine light. Bright.
I saw red from all in tongue. Anna, I never see a man do fireworks with only red. It's just red. Fireworks are just red. And then when they thought that done, you see drones with a 6. Straight 6. Straight 6.
Big up my DJ. Big up my birthday party DJ Shady.
Oh, you
Shady.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we just to the dog.
Hey. But you still living in tent in you and Ireland? Your foundation fixed yet? Huh? Answer me now. Why you can't answer me? Why you don't answer me? Your foundation.
Shady, you see why he did? You see why he did attack him? You see why he did attack cause him and his family? Because he's miserable just like this. He living a miserable existence just like this. Watch him.
Well, if you're among the fleas and the dogs, you'll catch it.
You lay down with the dogs, man. The fleas will bite you.
I had a good, listen to me. I want to invite you to the next NDP meeting. Will you come? You will come. You will be my guest. I mean you.
Me? You hear it? Travis say? He's only left for the kill you. They bitter like gall.
Boy, them people.
It's only left for the kill you. Me? You see the little piece of me? It's a pebble they had to use some fire to knock me down. Not even a big stone. You see the size of me?
One feather.
Left me as a
feather at you.
One pebble, I'd gone. A little piece of me. No, please. Thank you. Well, good morning to you, Bing.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning. I hope you're good. You had a good weekend?
I had an amazing weekend. My brother. I felt long last night, but I had an amazing weekend. But you had a better weekend. Shady, let me see some things now. Before you get going, let me see things. Let me see some things now. Put things on screen now, Shady. Put things on screen.
Show them the sword of destiny.
Put things on screen now, Shady. God, boy. That's a slow down, boy. Watch. No, I can't see it properly, Shady. Wait, what a human being, boy. We find where I rat. Wait, watch him. All they come on the screen, come see the shot, man.
The Prime Minister,
you find
the Prime Minister bought me that suit. Which one you have up there?
The green one with the red arrow. Really red. Oh, here's the one with the sword in your hand now. Is that your name?
That one is direct from Nigeria.
From Nigeria?
And the other one is direct from Mumbai. Yeah.
But how could I get a suit like that? I have to. Prime Minister.
You gotta be friends with Ralph.
My God.
Yeah.
I have to take care of people, them boy. Take care of people, them boy.
Yeah.
Mother, watch out!
We bought this day.
Take care of your first. That's what they make it. That's what they make it. 17.
No. It's made in Mumbai.
And wait. And I seen the sword. What kind of sword that do you have up in your hand there?
That's the sword of destiny. I tell you, the sword of destiny. I'm gonna look from where you call it.
Well, let me don't talk about the hairstyle. Don't say about the hairstyle, please, okay? Don't say about the hair, though. What's the hair?
Oh, yeah, man. Pick up my girl, Ticket. She just take care of me. She always make sure me look good. South. Stop Shutters Barbershop.
Wow.
So we're rolling on. All right.
Well,
and thanks to I want to say thanks to all the people who celebrated my birthday with me and so on. Especially you, Bing.
Well, you had a whole public holiday.
My sweetheart Lavon Velox called me.
Really?
To wish me happy birthday as usual. Yeah, man, that's my sweetheart. And my baby Lavon King called me as well. Well, she sent birthday greetings. She didn't
Wow.
call. She sent greetings.
Wow. You're quite a
That's my
well-loved
baby girl.
man. You're quite a well-loved man.
I'm the sugar man. I'm the sugar man.
You're
I
the
got
sugar
all
man.
the sugar. Everybody wants some. It's all right. Give it to them.
Jesus Lord.
Talking about sugar now, Shady, I sent you something to play. You ready?
You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hear a song like we have to? Yeah.
Play that thing there for me, Shady.
Yeah.
Play that thing there for me, please, Shady.
We are pretty much stagnant as a country. We are trailing behind our neighboring countries. St. Lucia, I said it very early last year, and I stand by it up to this day. In fact, they probably gone far ahead last year. I said 30 years, but sure we're probably about 40 years behind now. Because we remain stagnant, and rather than trying to do some introspection and trying to improve in the areas where there are deficiencies and weaknesses, we still thump our chest, neglect people, study according to Lavon and Fitz and them, they say all the good for his friends and family. So the rest of us in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we are not looked after. And so the other countries continue to advance and so on. And I'll tell you what, I am not surprised one bit that we have remained as we are, or haven't at least been able to keep up with the rest of the Caribbean. Because if you look at the political landscape across the Caribbean, you would see that it is only St. Vincent and the Grenadines in this unique position with one leader for so long going. Save and except for probably Dominica, and Dominica won't boast too much about their own advancement. Obviously they had Hurricane and so on, Maria, which set them back significantly, category 5.
Over to you.
That there is a clip from the weekend. And Shady, while I talk, I want you to put up the last photo I sent to you, the last one, not this second one. Not the second one I said, the last one. Please put that up for me, please. Thank you. So that we can talk. That is a clip of Dr. Shallow, my good friend, on the weekend, talking about how, in his opinion, well, he states it as fact, that the St. Vincent and the Grenadines is over 30 years behind all the islands around us. St. Lucia, Grenada, Dominica, everybody else is ahead of us. We are stagnant, and we have remained stagnant for the last 20 or so years. That's what he claims. Stagnant. What is the definition of stagnant? Stagnant in terms of economics. Showing no activity. Showing no activity, no growth. Dull, sluggish. That is the Vincent and the Grenadines state. But who is Kishore Shallow to tell us that St. Vincent and the Grenadines has gone absolutely nowhere in the last 20 or so years? He is saying that, and I'm glad Shady has this to put up. On the same weekend that we get the forecast from the World Bank. And what is the World Bank forecasting? Growth for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is the World Bank prediction. New Caribbean Growth Outlook Spring 2025. Bahamas 1.1% growth. Barbados 2.8% growth. Belize 2.8% growth. Dominica 4.3% growth. Grenada 3.8% growth. Guyana 10% growth. Haiti, minus 2.2%. Jamaica, minus 1.7%. Sorry. 2.2% for Haiti. And Jamaica is 1.7%. Sorry. St. Lucia, 2.8%. Suriname, 3.1%. Trinidad, 2.8%. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 4.9%. Isn't growth the opposite of stagnation? Doesn't Dr. Kishore Shallow know this? So, who is Dr. Shallow to tell us that we should discard or disregard all the findings of the World Bank? And this is the problem you have with the NDP, you know. They don't believe the nonsense they say. They say whatever nonsense comes to their mind. Because here is Dr. Shallow. He is endorsing the growth forecast, the growth predictions, and the measurement of growth that the World Bank, the same World Bank, has concluded for all the other islands. He endorses it, is right. But he's telling you they're wrong when it comes to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The same people. Because apparently Ralph paid them off. Apparently they're smart enough to calculate for the rest of the region. But they're too dumb to calculate for St. Vincent. This is Dr. Kishore Shallow. I mean, I'm so disappointed this morning. I heard the man talk. I thought he was a bright guy. And I know he's a bright guy. But I didn't realize Shallow so light. Get it? Put up the next photo there for me, please. Because this is not new. This is another World Bank statistic showing growth for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Between 2022 and now. And you can make the calculations, but in fact, this has projections right up to 2027. And you can do the comparative analysis here. And you can see that St. Vincent and the Grenadines continues to outperform our neighbors. In fact, over the last 3 years, only Guyana has seen more growth than St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That is what Kishore Shallow is telling you is stagnating. Kishore Shallow mounts a stage to talk down to Vincentians. And this is why he's struggling in North Leeward. Carlos James had a boat ride. I know it shocked all of them. Thursday gone, all the youths in North Leeward gone behind Carlos. Them ain't got time with Kishore because they don't know him. This is why he's struggling with the young people there especially. They don't know him. Because since he left North Leeward, he gone and hang out with some wealthy people. And he never looked back on them. And when you hear Kishore talking now, to say, all he ain't gone nowhere, all he ain't doing nothing with all their lives, all he ain't doing nothing. It is because he's accustomed to hanging out with certain petty bourgeois type of people who look down on you. Because St. Vincent and the Grenadines used to be a place of haves and have-nots. And we are not that place anymore. What do the wealthy have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines now that the poor ain't have? Or that the working class ain't have? It used to be that if a man have a car, in 1999, if a man had a car, he got money. He got plenty money. Haves and have-nots. That ain't so no more. The same vehicle you drive in, I drive in too. Yours might be costing a lot more than mine, but mine carrying me the same place yours carrying you. It used to be that if you have a toilet inside your house, a toilet bowl inside your house, you got money. That ain't true no more. Everybody got toilet inside, water closet. It used to be that everybody used to have to go by one neighbor to stand up and watch the TV. That ain't true no more. The regular man now got 3 and 4 TV in the house. Well, don't talk about landline. People used to can't be able to afford landline. Everybody got a $1,000 cell phone in their hand now. This is the economy that's stagnating according to Kishore Shallow. Huh? Even if you want to ignore the World Bank statistics and their predictions and their calculations, you look right in front of your eyes. We're importing more and more vehicles every month. New records every month. Traffic backed up in every single direction this morning. Kishore telling you that is evidence of stagnation. What a man like. Where Kishore come from? We opened 2 major hotels last year. Right here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, employing 1,000 people. Kishore watching that and telling you that is evidence of stagnation. Something wrong with this guy. How Kishore comes to lie? We are building a state-of-the-art hospital. We built a modern medical complex equipped with the latest in technology. People flying in. There's evidence from around the Caribbean to come to St. Vincent for treatment, medical treatment. Kishore telling you that is evidence of stagnation. Something wrong with the man here? We building a modern port. Well, it's going to sink by August, but it ain't sink yet. So we could still brag between now and August. Kishore telling you that's evidence of stagnation. Open the airport. Our tourism numbers have grown year on year. Record numbers of flights, record new airlines. We used to have an airport with Leah alone touching down. Now you got airlines coming from all over the world, multiple flights per day. Airport ram. Taxis ram. Look for the L, the taxis with the L on them. Brand new. Every month they're coming in. And they're full. We never had so many taxi men and tour operators in history. Never had so many caterers in history. And Kishore watching all of that and telling you that is evidence of stagnation. What a man lie. But you see, he joined up with these guys in the NDP. And this is what they do. They look down on people. So they're watching you, taxi man, with your new vehicle. And because it's not a Mercedes Benz like his friends, he telling you, you ain't gone nowhere yet. And like his friend, like his shallow friend, he telling you, you ain't reached nowhere yet. You ain't doing nothing with your life. That is not an achievement. That is not growth. So if it didn't have a house 10 years ago and you have one now, if you don't have a pool like your shallow friends, that is not growth. You ain't gone nowhere. That's basically what he's telling you. No matter what you've done with your life, all you students who have gone to university, upgraded yourselves, according to Kishore Shallow, you stagnated. You have not gone anywhere. You ain't catch up to St. Lucia yet. So your degree is not equal to the degree that the Lucians have. That's what Kishore telling you.
Hold on, Mr. Weeks.
You are late.
Mr. Weeks, my apologies. Just bear with us, please. We come to you.
Mr. Weeks, please give me 3 more minutes. I can finish in 3 more minutes. Well, let us talk about stagnation. And let's just talk about who behind who. Because Kishore Shallow posted on the weekend a photo of him sitting at a table with 4 OECS prime ministers. St. Lucia Prime Minister, Antigua Prime Minister, Dominica Prime Minister, and Grenada Prime Minister. In the photo, apparently he threw a joke and he alone laughing. All them other man face dead serious. And I showed that the best photo he took out of all that he took to post. And he does this thing where he does this gotcha photo. He set up his cameraman. He come and talk to you and smile. Cameraman snap a picture and then he post it. You don't even know. And I'm pretty sure that's why he does. Because here he's saying he sat down with them as the president of Cricket West Indies. He sat down with them to talk about CBI. You ever hear what? Why you ain't sitting down with them to talk about Cricket West Indies? Let's talk about stagnation now. Because under you, Kishore Shallow, West Indies cricket for the first time in history failed to qualify for World Cup. Failed. Can't even make it. West Indies cricket was on the top when Kishore Shallow take over West Indies cricket. Your predecessor won the T20 World Cup twice. Twice. That's the very top. That's on the very top, Kishore. Now you tell me, Kishore Shallow, Dr. Kishore Shallow, you tell us, of the cricketing nations, which one of them is West Indies cricket ahead of? Are you ahead of India? Are you in front of England? Australia? Bangladesh? Come here the other day and cut me backside. Everybody beating we. That's your legacy. You can't run cricket West Indies. You can't show any improvement. And I will tell you, Kishore Shallow, I'll be fair to you. Cricket West Indies has not stagnated. West Indies cricket has not stagnated under your leadership. It has regressed.
Let's be also fair that Cricket West Indies has been the most profitable under Dr. Shallow. Let's also be fair with that too.
Yeah, it's the most profitable because he's spending less money on the players and on the development of cricket. He's putting up the money to do what? What are we seeing? What are the results? If this is how Kishore Shallow intends to change things in North Leeward. Well, oh gosh, crap of smoke North Leeward pipe because they got change, yes, from bad to worse. West Indies cricket had its problems. Certainly before Kishore Shallow. But it gone worse now. Everybody beating we.
Shady, Mr. Weeks ready?
Who we beating? Who we beating? Who are we ahead of? I'm asking because you cannot do your job. You are employed to be the president of West Indies cricket. That is a job right now. And you action bad to us. That is facts. You moved down. The women cricket team just also failed to qualify for the World Cup. Again, more failure. That is Kishore Shallow legacy. And he telling us he wants to bring that same type of leadership, that same type of performance, those same types of results to governance in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Well, perform the efforts. Show us results first. Show us winnings. Show us West Indies cricket improving, climbing up the ladder. Show us that first. Show us that you can perform in the job that you're doing first. Let's talk about that whatsoever. And with that, I ask you one simple question. What are below me nose?
Your mouth.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming.
Shady, really shady. That's what he pay you for. That's what $100 make you do. The man give $100, that's what for, and they play. Mr. Rich, we coming to you.
And knock it out of this world. Out of this world where we going. Out of this world, yeah.
To connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
He's standing by for you. Here we go. I'm going to deal with that shot, man. Just know all the wait and see. I'll deal with it. Mr. Weeks, we're standing by for you. We're ready for you. We're waiting. 451-1069, Mr. Weeks. 451-1069. I think we got you there now. Good morning to you, Mr. Weeks. Good morning.
Morning, Dan.
Good morning, Mr. Weeks.
Shady, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Weeks.
Greetings, listeners. At the top of another week, another month, as usual, I want to wish all of you listening a very productive week. It's been
It's your segment, Mr. Weeks. It's over to you. You decide what to talk, what not to talk, wait the direction to go in. It's you.
Thank you, Ben. So I start by asking you if you hang out with Mr. Sinclair Leacock too long. Shady, I want to see your house rebuilt as a friend. I hope you will get your house rebuilt soon. And so I wish for all other Vincentians who lost their houses during burial. Don't think Bing love you and all he can advocate for is your house only. Bing just trying to be like my friend Sinclair Leacock, who goes to the parliament and know that all of these houses in Uniland were damaged or destroyed. And the only one he can advocate for is to have his colleague in Parliament house, wants his colleague to get special privileges to have his house rebuilt, repaired. And as if that is not enough, last Parliament, he was there advocating for Patel Matthews to get a bigger, better pension. At the same time, when you have others poking civil servants, complaining about the pensions of civil servants, about the two pensions civil servants get. One, that our colonizers, the British, left with us. And the other, that was implemented by our government. And when it was implemented, they took away civil servants' pension. But they didn't touch the one for politicians and parliamentarians. And the same thing is happening all over again about the two pensions civil servants get, and they will get when they retired. But none of them on either side will talk about the 2 and 3 pension that some politicians get. If you want to do something, deal with the politicians first. Ask them for the 10 years we're in Parliament to pay to the NIS or implement the law so that whatever earnings they get while they serve in the Parliament, that the state make a contribution on their behalf, and they themselves make a contribution to deal with that first, and then we can deal with the civil servants at the same time.
But
afterwards.
May I ask a question, Mr. Rick? What was the response of the government when that matter was raised in Parliament? What was Prime Minister Gonsalves' response?
Prime Minister Gonsalves explained the law and the difficulty the state will have in doing what Mr. Leacock was advocating in that you can't do it for one, you have to do it for all.
Then he said we'll have to do it in a wholesome way. So instead of just doing it for Patel Matthews, let's do it for all of us. Didn't he say that?
No, that's not what the Prime Minister said.
What did he say? That's my interpretation of what was said. Let's look at it in a wholesome way. Let's have the conversation in a wholesome way.
Well, what was he talking about when he said that?
The pension, what was requested of what Major Leacock was asking for Patel.
The Prime Minister said if you do it for Patel, you have to do it for Gerlin, McGill, and Bergen and the others.
Right. So then he's advocating for all members. In other words, he's saying let's just don't advocate for one member of Parliament. Let's do it, if we're going to do it, for all members of Parliament. Let's look at that.
Well, maybe that's what the Prime Minister should have said, but that's not what he said. Maybe you interpreted what he said that way, and that's your right to do so. The Prime Minister... Anyway. Bing... There's a difficulty doing what Mr. Leacock was advocating. It can be done, but if it is done, it cannot be done or it should not be done for one member only.
And I am in full some agreement with that. I am in agreement with that.
But the point I am making, as you are doing this morning, and Shady, I repeat, I want to see your house rebuilt. Absolutely, I want to see your house rebuilt. But we need to advocate for everybody. That's the point I am making. And that's not what Sinclair Leacock was doing in Parliament. But you're free to have your interpretation.
So you're using Shady as an explanation to justify what Mr. Leacock has done in Parliament. You're basically saying, Bing, why you keep on pushing for Shady's house to be done and not everybody's house in Union Island to be done? That's what you're saying?
Yes, okay. That's what I said.
Okay. Well, I was saying that in a specific way for a specific reason.
Yes.
And you know
I
that?
know.
Okay.
I know. I understand.
Right.
I understand your reasoning.
Good.
I know the mission you're on, Bing. I know you're there trying to replace Friday.
Here we go. I went to one meeting. Oh Lord, bring scone and fire on my back. One meeting.
The good thing is...
You know what? I'm going to hot up everybody here. Anytime the NDP having a meeting, I'm going to go. So let everybody here get hot up.
The good thing, Bing, I've been saying this long before you went to any meeting. But I would advise you again, and I would suggest to Louise Mitchell that she must be bold and challenge Dr. Friday for the position. Had she done that many years ago, I've always been making the point, the NDP would have been much better off today.
But I have also said to you why that did not happen. That we decided that when our children were young, that Louise was not going to go into politics. Now that they're big, they're old, they're in university, and the last one is going into university now, she's free to get into her politics. We know how politics is a nasty game, Mr. Weeks. You know that.
What have I said? Bing.
That she should have gone into it before.
I said, had she gone into it before, the party would have been much better off today. And I am suggesting to her that she take the bolder step and challenge Friday for the position.
Well, they didn't want her. You see, they didn't want her. She tried to get into a constituency and they pitched away. They want
That's why she should challenge Friday. Because Friday will be replaced. Friday will be replaced as leader of the NDP.
Mr. Weeks, you say that.
And I will
not in this election. Not in this election. Mr. Friday will be the leader of the party going into this election.
You accepting failure? All the people you bring on here to get to replace Friday. Anyway, what I want to talk about.
And everybody I bring on is replay. Anyway, I have a special guest coming in on Wednesday. Mr. Philip Jackson, he'll be my special guest. Maybe he's the one to replace Friday as well too. All right. No, I know you will get along with Phillips. You all have the same, mind, the way you think and all of that. At a different level. So you will enjoy listening to Philip Jackson Wednesday morning. He'll be my special guest on Wednesday morning.
Right, Rambo. Don't do that yourself another time, please. Please don't do that for yourself. Don't make anybody write any speech for you and go read it in Parliament. when it's a debate.
Oh gosh, boy.
Right, Rambo.
Oh gosh, boy.
My friend.
Fitz, boy, you really had a boo day, boy. You really
don't make anybody write any speech for you about innovation.
But anyway.
When the debate was about digital assets, meaning bitcoins and all of that, how you regulate that industry. You make man give you speech that they write about innovation and you go on reading it, even though you were supposed to be debating.
Well,
bring that on you, eh?
Well, at least it wasn't the Chinese. It was a member of its party, which they have a right to. It wasn't the Chinese. It wasn't the Chinese.
I want to talk about accountability because I noticed that you drop it since whenever. You don't want the people to be the ones looking out for accountability. I hear you talk about that this morning. You come in here calm like what and trying to pick fight with Jeffrey Providence. But Jeffrey will do for you, Jeffrey will do for you.
No, that is your that is your reverse psychology. You ain't gonna pull me.
So we have a big issue in Parliament last week. I have been talking about accountability and the Public Accounts Committee since 2015, 2016. I have been talking about it. And I am so happy that everybody is now talking about it, one way or the other. So, I repeat, what is the Public Accounts Committee? It's a subcommittee of Parliament that has a constitutional meaning, that the Constitution dictates that this subcommittee looks at the government accounts and the report to the Parliament on it. A subcommittee of any organization don't need any special rules. Sometimes it works better if you have special rules, because if they have particular responsibilities, you will want them to have rules that focus on those responsibilities. But if there's none, you operate as though the wider body is operating. And therefore, the Public Accounts Committee will do perfectly well if they operate under the rules of the Parliament. I've been saying that for 10 years now. I didn't have to wait until Miss Ford, Rochelle Ford, the Honorable Speaker, come to the House to say that. That is what I've been saying from the very beginning. And if anybody has any inclination of what it takes and how you chair a meeting, you will know that once you have the power to call the meeting, you call the meeting, and once there's a quorum, you convene the meeting. And if anybody wants to leave, you continue to have a discussion. The Public Accounts Committee don't, as far as I know, take decisions. So you continue to have a discussion and you report on your discussion. If you lose the quorum, that's how meetings are conducted. You have a quorum, you start the meeting. If you lose the quorum in the middle of the meeting, you continue with the discussion that you've been having. And you report accordingly. If you get there and there's no quorum, when the time comes, you convene a discussion and you report on that. What's so difficult about that? And the good thing is that the Public Accounts Committee has all the privileges of the Parliament. So everything that is done with the Parliament, when it is convened, you can do it. And I leave it just there. I leave it just there. I would say that everything that is done during a regular meeting of the Parliament, you run the meeting of the subcommittee, this Public Accounts Committee, in that same way. On the basis of that, I agree with Travis. And I'm thinking that Travis Harry, when he heard that discussion in Parliament, said, aha, I have it now. Because I have no doubt that apart from seeing Kishore Shallow being elected to the Parliament, I am very confident that Travis Harry would like to see Kishore Shallow replace Dr. Friday. I think I just said something wrong. I am very confident that Mr. Travis Harry would like to see Dr. Kishore Shallow replace Dr. Godwin Friday as leader.
And what's wrong with that?
Of the NDP.
You don't think members should aspire to be to leadership? Who you're confident should aspire to replace Dr. Afghan Sal? Is there anyone you confident should aspire to replace him?
So Travis, here's another reason why.
Just walk right past that.
Why Louise Mitchell should replace Dr. Friday. You see, in August last year, while we were dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, Dr. Friday was absent from St. Vincent for a while. You remember that, Ben?
Certainly.
When you were there advocating for Shady House to be rebuilt, which I support. I would like to see Shady House rebuilt. While the folks from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but more particularly those from the Southern Grenadines, Union Island, were displaced and living in shelters. Dr. Godwin Friday displaced himself from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I have been listening to find out what was so urgent that Dr. Friday had to be away during that special moment in the lives of Vincentians. Whatever he had to deal with, where he went to, could it have waited for a few more months? Then, you see, in 2020, I said it here in your presence, the NDP is facing a particular crisis. And it has gotten worse since. Ask Adriana King. Or for that matter, you don't have to ask her because I know you don't want to talk to Adriana, your friend. They were saying when you go on your Marco Jeffrey Providence Facebook page, take a peep into Adriana Facebook page.
Things come to me, I don't go looking for things.
And see if you agree with her that there's a crisis in the NDP.
And all is well and dandy within the ULP. Praise the Lord.
There is a crisis in the NDP. You see,
Mr. Weeks, you don't want to, you see, let me step up on my soapbox if you don't mind, please. Do you mind, please? We used to have these kind of conversations. Let me step up on my soapbox. You see the difference between the ULP and the NDP? The ULP knows how to contain their issues, while the NDP don't. So don't give the impression that there aren't bacchanal and confusion within the ULP. Because I know for a fact that there are, but they contain it. They don't let it get out. As opposed to the NDP, it is not contained. So everybody know about it. But there are confusion. We know people who come on this radio station who are supporters or who were supporters of the ULP and talked about things that happened and continue to happen within the ULP, but they're contained. So don't behave as if, the ULP is such a perfect party and nothing goes wrong within the party, when we know that is not the case. Over to you.
Thank you, Ben. Well, you see, Fidel Castro is dead. God bless his soul. And therefore, Ralph doesn't have that trump card to take anybody to see Fidel Castro so that they will become mesmerized and the neurons in the brain will get reconnected so that they can come back and speak about Ralph Gonsalves as though he is the best thing since sliced bread. I repeat, Fidel Castro, the revolutionary Cuban leader, is dead. He's gone to the great beyond. God bless Fidel Castro's soul. So Ralph Gonsalves, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves, does not have that trump card at his disposal so that he can take someone, anyone, to see Fidel. And as a result, they become mesmerized to the point where the neurons in the brain got, the decoupled neurons in the brain got reconnected. And therefore, Ralph Gonsalves is spoken of as the best thing since sliced bread. We saw it, we experienced it. God bless you, Ralph. What a politician you are. You have no. Bing?
Yes, sir.
Have a great week, man.
Catch you on Thursday morning, God's willing.
Take care. Be productive.
I look forward to it. I look forward to getting back to those glory days. Thank you very much. I enjoyed it. Thank you. Have yourself a good one this morning. Thank you. Shady, here we're going to do. We're going to do a station ID. One song, we come back. We're going to open up the phone lines. Let's go. A lot of people see lines ringing while Mr. Weeks was on. So let's go. One song, there we go. Station ID, let's go. One time, Shady. No time to waste. Let's go. Let's go, Shady.
SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station. Wake up with the real Badman Bing and DJ Shady.
When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. Ice the cocoa tea, use the sugar, and together we are complete. Darling, heat me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul. Heat me up, and they telling me I should leave that fire alone. Well, the more they tell me, the more I'm holding you close. I could never let you go. Miss how she lay. Girl, I'm coming home, I wanna see you again. All day through the night, I'm dreaming. Yeah, miss how she lay. When you turn it up, make it smooth, my darling. When outside is pouring rain, put that butter on the fire. Bubbling, you're bubbling, you're bubbling, it's over. Raise the temperature higher. Coming in, you're coming in, you're coming in closer.
SVG starts with OMG in the morning on the trending station.
Here we go. Lord, here we go. Good morning, caller. You're live and alive. Good morning.
Good morning, Shady. Good morning, Shady.
Morning.
If you're giving me a title, you're supposed to respect. You see, you never did. Do I need to call someone a very anyway? Someone in that department to give you a course?
Listen. I have been told all my life, leave the best for last, man.
No. Do I need to call someone in that government department to give you a course? As a matter of fact, let me message her right now. You need a course. Can you help Kenson, please?
You see, this is the kind of boy I tell you, boy. No matter how you try. Yeah? But anyway,
yes, let's go back.
Let me say to you, Bing, and the listeners of Boom, I may be a little long this, so I will try to compress what I have to say. But there are things that need to be said here. And again, Weeks alluded to the Public Accounts Committee this morning. I want to put this thing to rest about Public Committee not being called, about who now use rules and who said who would train and all of these things. And let me say here, Military Lansford Weeks really want that PSC to be called. But anyway, Shady, last week, Candyman came on here and talked about the Public Accounts Committee. And he played some clips. I don't know if I have them clips or anything still, but he played some clips. I wanted to go back, if you could, to those clips. I wanted to play number one was Likak, because I want to know what Lickard said there that was wrong. So I just want the people's minds to be reopened. I want them to be reminded of what Lickard said, and then we'll move on from there, if you please.
Hang on.
The word Public Accounts Committee has been raised here over and over again, but it's 24, 25 years. And he has done nothing, absolutely nothing, to bring rules to the House to allow that committee to function. And he's on record as saying he will not participate unless there are defined rules. Now, whether or not we want to raise whether the leader of the opposition has not been availing himself of the opportunity or X, Y, Z, the fundamental issue, because I believe it should be called, is that he can assist us by bringing regulations that will facilitate those on that side of the House to participate in a meaningful exercise, because this past due that the Public Accounts Committee meet in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Full stop.
Honorable.
Major really say that?
And he has a right to say so. Because Major is not wrong. And I want you to take note of what Major said. You know. He said he wants the Prime Minister and whoever else to bring legislation so that they on the government side would come. You notice it's not the NDP who doesn't want to call the Public Accounts Committee. It's because the government is putting a wrench in these spokes. And I'm going to prove that to you just now. I'm going to prove that to you just now. But I want these clips to be played to set up what I'm going to say, to show you that at the end of the day, Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves and all the rest of them, all they are doing are lying and jumping around the real issue as to why the Public Accounts Committee cannot be called. As I said, I want you to hear them first, and then I'm going to bring the proof to show you who is making sure that these are not being called, because they don't want transparency. Shady, go back to number 2, that Candyman played there. We're going to talk about here, I think, where who sent who sent who for training, and talk about the same rules. Let me go, please, Shady. I want to get this over quick.
This issue was raised in this honorable house. I believe it might have been around January, February, somewhere thereabouts, or maybe a little before. I researched the point as to the necessity for specific rules as it pertains to the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. I believe it was raised by your good self, Honorable. I beg your pardon? You had given me a copy of a draft. Very well. Thereafter, I did my research accordingly, and I then wrote to the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, which he acknowledged. I indicated that the current rules as they exist, whereas perhaps we can do more, but they are sufficient for the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. Thereafter, no, I went a little further than that. An opportunity arose, and the Honorable Leader of his opposition is there. He'll bear me out, I'm sure, for training in Trinidad and Tobago. It was, Madam Clerk? And we made all necessary arrangements for members of the House, for selected members of the House to attend, including the Honorable Leader of the Opposition. It was brought to my attention that the Honorable Leader of the Opposition in other circles made very glowing remarks about the training for which I was having.
25 years of labor in office, and they have not passed any functional laws for the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. Note, I said what to hold on to it. Remember, she said the rules that are now here, that are present here, they are enough to convene the Public Accounts Committee, right? We said the same thing just a while ago. Continue playing the speaker for me, please.
But he can't start it back from yeah.
Okay.
So you'll have to go right over and continue. All right, because it can't be paused. So should we start back over? Go right over.
This issue was raised in this honorable house. I believe it might have been around January, February, somewhere thereabouts, or maybe a little before. I researched the point as to the necessity for specific rules as it pertains to the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. I believe it was raised by your good self, Honorable. I beg your pardon? You had given me a copy of a draft. Very well. Thereafter, I did my research accordingly, and I then wrote to the Honorable Leader of the Opposition, which he acknowledged. I indicated that the current rules as they exist, whereas perhaps we can do more, but they are sufficient for the convening of the Public Accounts Committee. Thereafter, I went a little further than that. An opportunity arose, and the Honorable Leader of his opposition is there. He'll bear me out, I'm sure, for training in Trinidad and Tobago. It was, Madam Clerk? And we made all necessary arrangements for members of the House, for selected members of the House to attend, including the Honorable Leader of the Opposition. It was brought to my attention that the Honorable Leader of the Opposition in other circles made very glowing remarks about the training, for which I was happy. So it is incorrect to say that there must be these rules. There's no necessity for the rules. Will the rules be a plus? Absolutely, perhaps. But the, as you put it, absence of the rules, and I'm not quite sure that the rules are absent per se, it does not prevent the Public Accounts Committee from being convened. And that has been made very clear and communicated to the goodly chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, the Leader of the Opposition.
Oh gosh.
Peace again, eh? Because we're coming to the third one. I wanted to hold this piece again, where she said the rules. You notice she kind of beat her own self in what she say. There just now she contradict herself. You notice she contradict herself in this last part, eh? But let me read something for you as to the training that she was speaking about. Regional Caribbean Public Accounts Committees and Trade Scrutiny Workshop. And this was put in place by the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association of the UK, right? 27 February 2024 to 29 February 2024. Venue Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain. I wanted to listen to this carefully. This is going to show you that the Speaker of the House didn't just come and say, oh, I think I'm going to just send her for some training. No. Seeing that they wanted to say that they're saying that the Leader of the Opposition is de facto the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee, he was automatically invited to this. And I'm going to read this for you. From 27 to 29 February 2024, CPA UK, in partnership with the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, hosted a regional workshop on the work of Public Accounts Committees and Parliamentary Trade Scrutiny. Bringing together committee chairs, members and clerks, this workshop facilitated peer-to-peer discussion on how to enhance effective scrutiny of government spending and trade policy. Delegates discussed the challenges to parliamentary oversight and techniques for holding effective committee inquiries. Participants also had the opportunity to strengthen their networks and build their contacts in the areas of public financial scrutiny and trade in the UK and the Caribbean. So this was something that was put in place for all of the persons involved in PSCs in the Caribbean. So this isn't the speaker taking up on her good self and say, oh, I going to send the Leader of the Opposition doesn't have training, so I'm going to send him for training for him to see how to do this. No. This was something he was automatically invited to because of who he is. I think the other person who went to this would have been Curtis King. What did Curtis come back and do? Did he push for anything so that a PSC would be called? I think he was there to ask him that question. But coming back to the rules and what they say, I wanted to play Ralph Gonsalves now. And then after that, I will read what I have to read to show you how all of them lie and contradicting one another on this issue. Whereas Gonzalez for me, please.
Number 3, Shady, please.
Are rules, though they are not codified in any particular standing order in relation to the Public Accounts Committee or any legislation specific to the Public Accounts Committee. But there are rules, and those rules were utilized by me when I was leader of the opposition. And for the honourable member for Central Kingston to say that I said that I wouldn't participate until there are rules. That's not true. I never said that. Never, ever, anywhere. Indeed, I said to the contrary. The issue was there were some draft rules when there was a one-party parliament, elected, but a one-party parliament. And they drew up some rules, never approved by the parliament, draft rules. And they continue to refer to these things. And the rules were not of a kind which I think would pass muster. You have to go back to the drawing board. The honourable leader of the opposition again distorted what happened on the very last occasion. Distorted. Madam Speaker, the occasion when that Public Accounts Committee meeting was called, I was not there because I was not a member of the Public Accounts Committee. I was at the time the Minister of Finance. And they sought to have the meeting operate on rules which were drafted, which were never approved by this Honourable House. How can you have a meeting called with rules not approved by the House and call them rules? So we must speak truthfully to the people.
We should call the Public Accounts Committee because there are rules. But then they come back to say the same rules were never codified. You see, we just use big words and think of one set of people we just be talking to. They were never codified. These rules were passed when NDP had the 15 seats, as she said. And he said he used the same rules because in 1994 Ralph became a member of parliament. He said he used the same rules, the very rules. But then he's saying the rules are not codified and they can't be used. So which one is it? But I'm going to read something for you here. This is a newspaper piece from Searchlight, November 15, 2011. So give me just a time to read this for you, Bill. This is Julian Francis speaking. We have nothing to hide. That is the title of the piece in the Searchlight newspaper, November 15th, 2011. This country's Minister of Transport and Works, Urban Development and Local Government, Senator Julian Francis, maintains that the government has nothing to hide. This is in relation to the removal of 2 special audits from the agenda of the Public Accounts Committee, which met after years of inactivity on November 3rd, 2011. Listen to this. There has been no meeting of the PSC since 2005. The audits in question dealt with the Ministry of Health, Kentucky Fried Chicken report that I one way weeks involved in. So when he come on here and talking about Public Accounts Committee and he wants them to meet, I'm wondering if he's sure. Because remember, we can go back to the beginning of when Labour came into office and they have not been given proper accounting and transparency to what is happening in this country and with our money. So anything could be pulled up. So I want to know if Mr. Weeks really want this to be called, because he keep on coming on boom here and pamper setting about wanting the PSC to be called. A matter of fact, one time he said to Major that he really want them to call it because he want to go. So I'm wondering if he's sure, and from what I have read, because I have...
He said he wants to clear his name. That's what he said.
Right, because, well, hey, I have 2 copies of the special audit done on the Ministry of Health and this situation here. I wonder if he's really sure, because he may want to read over that thing before he makes such statements. But anyway, Why didn't he say anything when Julian Francis said them took that half of the agenda of the Public Accounts Committee? Why didn't he say no, we're claiming him? So I'll make sure that that is on the agenda and speak about it. Why didn't he say that in 2011? But anyway, let me continue. The second audit that was taken off was in relation to the Ministry of Agriculture involving the then Permanent Secretary Alan Alexander. Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee and leader of the opposition, Anim Eustace, had earlier indicated that he intended to call a meeting to discuss issues relating to the late receipt of government financial reports and the two special audits. So this issue of late financial reports coming to Parliament and to the people has been an issue for a long time that Mr. Eustace wanted me to speak about, to say, oh yeah, I have to do something better. But instead, this is what's happening. Let me continue it. However, a statement posted on the NDP party's website indicated that during the meeting, members representing the government questioned whether or not the guidelines for the functioning of the PSC had been approved by Parliament. You remember earlier, when you played Lickard said that we want things to be put in place that would have the government side not giving excuses as to why they don't want to come to be part of the Public Accounts Committee. Yeah? And this is not making excuses for the NDP. The NDP saying we want to do it, but the government is putting stops in our way by speaking about rules. You heard Ralph just now, and you heard the speaker just now contradicting themselves, saying there are rules, but then coming back to say the rules are not sufficient because one, Ralph said they're not codified, they won't pass by Parliament. Which means he's speaking about implementing law. So why hasn't his party implemented the laws to say that this is how the Public Accounts Committee is going to function, and this and this and this and this? You see what I'm saying? So you are literally lying to the people, trying to bamboozle the people. Anyway, let me continue. These are the same guidelines which have been used to hold Public Accounts Committee meetings since 1989. Ralph said he used these same rules to call Public Accounts Committee meetings, but here is Julian and them saying, none at all. The rules are them, and I'm going to, when I go further in this piece here, you're going to hear Julian himself. However, government members sought the removal of the two special audits from the agenda, with the Clerk of the House and Secretary of the Public Accounts Committee, Nicole Hobart, charged with the task of checking the records of Parliament to determine if the guidelines had indeed been approved, and if so, when. You notice who put in a stumbling block in the way of the Public Accounts Committee the whole time? And even Ralph came back last week and said the rules are not codified. So these same rules that Ralph called Public Accounts Committee meeting under, that he bragged he called Public Accounts Committee meeting, these are the same rules that have changed. Since 1989, these are the same rules. So how is it now that Ralph and the Speaker to come and speak on these rules, to say that these rules they are not codified, they are not enough? But then then twist the tongue again to say, but you could call it under the same rules that the government is going to say the rules are not enough to keep them at the table? Let me continue. I want done this fast. But according to Francis, Julian, who sits on the committee, when he examined the copy of the guidelines, he realized that the document was dated June 1989. He told Searchlight that he then inquired whether or not the guidelines were in fact a document from the House. According to Francis, the Clerk of the House was unable to produce any records to prove that it was a document of the House. Hey Julian now, we are guided by two matters: the standing orders of the House of Assembly and the Constitution of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Francis explained. And I love that he said that, because the same Constitution never said that the leader of the opposition is by de facto the chairman of the Public Accounts Committee. It says that the Speaker, as a matter of fact, the Constitution said the Speaker is the one who is supposed to be calling the Public Accounts Committee. Tell them go read that. The Speaker of the House is responsible to appoint a chairman and to call the Public Accounts Committee the Speaker of the House. Go read the Constitution in the right day. The Speaker of the House. So when everybody jumping up, oh, Dr. Friday not calling meetings of the Public Accounts Committee, okay. But go and see where the Speaker's responsibility lies. And it's because not too many people don't read these things that they will come and try to bamboozle people with nonsense. Let me continue. He commented that the Constitution clearly states that the Public Accounts Committee was to examine the last annual accounts of the government that had been tabled in Parliament. So, if the Public Accounts Committee was called in 2011 or 2015 or what, you not have no, you realize, you remember what I said, Eustace said here was going to be one of the reasons for the Public Accounts Committee. He was calling because of the late arrival, the lateness of the accounts, the government accounts coming to Parliament. So they couldn't get them to discuss them. They couldn't hold the government responsible and to account at the time that needs be. So how are you going to hold a government to account when a new government don't take over 2 terms after? Because we were done, our accounts were done by 2 terms. 2 terms done gone, and you couldn't bring the accounts to Parliament. Okay. If the auditor is finished with accounts and it is not yet tabled in the House, this is Juliana speaking, the Public Accounts Committee cannot discuss it. So tell Candyman at them when they come talking about, but if you call the Public Accounts Committee, you don't need the updated accounts and audits to come to Parliament. Why didn't they say this to Julian Francis? Hey, where Julian say here again? Let me read it again. If the auditor is finished with accounts and it is not yet tabled in the House, the Public Accounts Committee cannot discuss it. Eh? You cannot discuss it. That is why in the Constitution, if the Minister of Finance does not table the Director of Audit report, the Director of Audit can send it to the clerk to be tabled. Francis explained. Eh? Section 75(5) of the Constitution states that if the Minister fails to lay report before the House in accordance with the provisions of subsection 4 of this section, the Director of Audit shall transmit copies of that report to the Speaker, who shall soon as practicable present them to the House. This is Julian speaking. No other motion, no other subject, no other report can be discussed at the Public Accounts Committee unless it has been tabled in the House of Assembly, the Minister of Transport and Works, etc. explained. I hope all are listening to this, you know. Yeah? He further contended that those 2 documents could not be discussed and the agenda was amended. There is no motive from members of the government side. We have to follow regulations, Francis told Searchlight. According to him, Section 69 of the Standing Orders of the House clearly states how the PSC is supposed to function. He refuted the claim made in the statement posted on the NDP's website that the government representatives were afraid of what the examination would reveal, saying that there was nothing to be afraid of when discussing the accounts of the government. We are transparent and open. We follow the procedures and rules and orders. We cannot go into subject matters at the women's fancies of individuals. We are a nation of laws, particularly so the Constitution, Francis said. So you tell me, Bing, with all of the hubalalu, where they're going on with, and rules and this and that, what did you just say here? This was coming from the government side. And Friday is not wrong in saying put legislation in place that would make sure that the government side sit down at the table and discuss matters. That is wrong. Eh? So who you see here now? Putting a wrench in the spokes of the PSC. Eh? Look, Julian just telling you here, you can't discuss when a table. And the rules, the same rules that Ralph and them talking about are the same rules that were there since 1989 that he say. When there was one parliament, one party was in power, which was the NDP. He said that they put the rules and then but they never pass through Parliament. But Herald use the same rules, but coming back now to tell you they want it codified. So he's telling you in one breath, call it because the rules are there, but telling you the rules are not enough. So what's going to happen when his people go to the table for the PSC? That is why Friday said, Lickak said, put things in place, put legislation. They could have already passed law. If they were so interested in being held to account and having the PSC, they would have passed laws like any other country in the Caribbean here to make sure that the Public Accounts Committee could meet by law. So, we don't run up and down with that now and talk about who now call Public Accounts Committee.
All right.
Thank you, Ben.
Fulsome, fulsome bit of commentary there from my brother Kenson. I hope all listened, and I know there'll be some who will be doing some research on that. What Kenson just did just now a while ago. I take a quick one, then we got a commercial. So I call good morning, your life quickly.
I'm happy to take this one to the thing. Good morning to you, Big.
Good morning, Big. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother Shady. You know, I had to make mention of Kenson's name on Saturday. You know, and he has proven to me again that he understands and I read a lot. Because the Constitution is what governs us as a people, my brother. And when we have a government that are in power by swindling the way and swindling the Constitution to get into power, it proves to me that when people are talking up, say they want to talk and talk out against the NDP, to say what the NDP now do, they don't understand how the government gets into power. My brother, you have did well again this morning again. I'm so proud of you. Have a wonderful morning, Big. I look at another film. Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Tell you what, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Shady, let's go. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Right here.
Shane Fiction, it's 2025. After Easter done, it's Carnival. So we are started on Saturday, May 10th.
Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Young got no money back calling me splurge. Why me jump right out the curve?
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling all. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery. With each step, I am back on a quest to push myself beyond expectations, beyond standards. Each stretch, a reminder of the flexibility of the human spirit. With each step, I am breaking barriers. As I push to the finish, I'm filled with pride, not just for what I've achieved today, but for the journey that has brought me here. This isn't just a run. It's a testament to the human spirit, and I am here for it. Island Sips, beyond standards, beyond expectations, beyond water.
Have you ever heard about Logs Cash and Carry? Well, let me tell you, Logs Cash and Carry provides retail products at affordable prices, making them competitive with major supermarkets. Logs Cash and Carry also provide wholesale on some products, mainly from Log Enterprises. You can get toiletries, cleaning supplies, shortening, margarine, wholesale drinks, and canned goods at competitive prices. Logs Cash and Carry is located at the top of Fountain Stretch, VG Highway. Our opening hours are Mondays to Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Logs Cash and Carry. We look forward to serving you.
It all started with a penny. For over 85 years, we have invested in our farmers, fishermen, people, and our country. When we were called to serve, we were here. We understand what is valuable to our people and our country. That is why we support all industries, including tourism. We are the bridge towards a brighter future and economic growth. When our people, government, and businesses called upon us, we were here. 85 years later, First National Bank St. Lucia Limited is here for you.
Let's go! Boom 1069, the sound setter of radio.
Ain't got no money back calling me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb.
New year, different lane.
We gon' spin and kill everybody. And we're telling now. Bend that over, let that breathe. Shake that.
Boom 1069.
Hands on your knees.
Unleash the sound revolution now on Boom 1069.
You're watching IKTV, channel 112. It's all about you.
For that.
Paddler's Diapers. Paddlers for comfort, care, and cost. Absorbent, long-lasting diapers for babies and adults. I will only give my loved ones the best. Paddlers are available at Lanes and selected distributors. Lanes, the family store for value.
This isn't just a run. With each step begins a new journey. A journey of determination, persistence, and self-discovery.
Your cola, your vibe.
OMG in the morning, lighting up SVG on Boom 1069.
Let's check in with the doc and look at things with a wider lens. Pastor Richards on OMG.
Doc is on OMG and we're here waiting. Good morning to you, Dr. Richards. Good morning to you. How are you doing this morning?
What's up?
Doc, you're live on screen and you're live and ready to go.
Okay. Let me just double check on my volume here. Yeah. Can you hear me well?
Very clear.
Okay. Yeah. Good morning, my fellow Vincentians, and welcome to another week. I think this is our first full week of May. So I pray that you have a blessed month in May. Being I listen to the and my fellow listeners, and all those of you who love Boom and tune in every morning, I listen to the interesting I shouldn't say back and forth, but Candyman's presentation this morning. And as much as I try to, in this political season, I'm going to try to not comment on the politics of the things unless it's absolutely necessary. Yeah, sometimes you get inundated with just one meal being served, politics all the time. And if every discussion is politics, it kind of stunts your development in other areas. So,
everything is about country, Doc, not necessarily politics. And we're in the season when we have to make an important decision to get our country and to move our country. Everyone has to get into that mode. So it's not just about politics; it's about country. That's the way I look at it.
Right? Yeah. No. I'm just saying not everything about country has to be politics. Your argument is flawed. Everything that is about this country doesn't have to be about politics. For example, something that is more fundamental affecting St. Vincent and the Grenadines is everything that's happening in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and the fate of St. Vincent and the Grenadines is not basically of what is happening in the physical realm. And there's a lot that is affecting our well-being that is happening in the spiritual realm, and we don't care to talk about it. We don't pay attention to it. It is not the sexy topic of today. So, but there are a number of spirits that are roaming free, seeking whom they may enter, and many times we offer portals opening to these spirits to enter and thrive. Maybe I will do a program on that. The spirit of seduction, or spirit of, there's so many spirits. Even the spirit of depression that I know is affecting a lot of people. The spirit of deception is there. The Bible is so right. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. And if all of our discussions and all of our arguments are geared towards that realm, then we are missing a more fundamental realm. What's troubling us spiritually? And I don't know that we have enough discussion on what's troubling us spiritually. But I submit that there's a lot troubling us spiritually. I think it has to do with a lack of understanding of the spiritual dimension. Not that the spiritual dimension is unreal, it is as real as can be. Most people will give you that the spiritual dimension is real, things happen in the spirit. It's just that people don't understand it, and so we kind of leave alone what we don't understand, how the spirit world operates. If I tell you some things about how the spirit world operates, it will blow your mind. I'll do that on another program. What I wanted to say this morning is that the discussion between, well, the response of Candyman to Dr. Kishore Shallow was rather interesting because, man, it's not that this is the first time I've cautioned us. It's not the first time I'm cautioning us to be, when we're talking about these matters, do we want to educate and put people on the right path, or do we just want to win people over? So we say what we have to say to win people over. So Dr. Kishore Shallow said what he had to say about his comparison. I was about to say eyeball comparison. His comparison of where St. Vincent is positionally. And I emphasize that because I don't know that we nuance enough the distinction between where you are in your economic standard positionally as to progressively. I mean, a lot of people don't stop. And they confuse and conflate economic position with economic progress. And we can't make that mistake in this dimension. And we can't make that mistake. And I'm trying to tell people this all the time. Somebody might be having an argument on the matter on basis of economic position, where you are positionally. How do you compare to others? And another man counters that with where you are into progression, growth. I think somebody just caught what I'm saying there. I think somebody must have caught what I'm saying. So, without dissecting what any of the other guys said, what Dr. Shallow said, and what Candyman said, just please know, and take it from me, oh gosh, I try to be modest here, but I have a little understanding of the thing. Okay, I have a little understanding of the thing, and you're not going to catch me on that. Where you are, you could grow, and you could experience a lot of growth, and that is good. That is applaudable. I want growth. I want growth for this country. But when you get promoted from grade 2 to grade 3, you can't, compare yourself who is moving on from a bachelor's to a master's positionally, right? The two arguments can actually be right. I'm sitting here thinking the two arguments can be right. We could be having economic growth, economic progress, progressively moving, but we might not be where we need to be or we would like to be positionally. So once again, be very cautious about how you present your arguments. And those of you who are listening to presenters, please understand when one is making an argument for economic progress and when one is making an argument about economic position. And progress does not always equate to a good position. Let me give you some things that would help you. Oh, by the way, before I say that, the other thing that I've spent years when I say I spent years, once or twice every year, I would remind people not to confuse and conflate quality of life with standard of living. I mean, I know they sound the same. Right. Okay, standard of living. You have an appliance in your house. You have. I'm dumbing it down. Okay, there's a whole lot more to it than that. You have a car. When you have a home, a 3-bedroom home or whatever, you have appliances such as a washing machine and all that. Standard of living. Okay, you got that. Those will check the boxes. Standard of living. Quality of life would be affected by you live in a neighborhood, you have your house, your car, everything. All of those things I mentioned. But there's a shop down the road that's blasting music way into the morning. You can't sleep in peace, or it's in a rowdy neighborhood, it's bacchanal, or there's an issue in your health. So you have all of these amenities, but you're not enjoying them because you're worried about your health, or your daughter might be, or your son. There's some real interpersonal conflict within your home, or husband or wife. So you have all of these things that would check the box of standard of living, but your quality of life is really poor. There's a difference between standard of living, that's what I'm saying, and quality of life. So when I listen to discussions presented by gentlemen such as Dr. Kishore Shalom, and I actually saw some of his piece that was recorded, and I listened to Candyman and how he responds to that. Of course, there are people who are gonna either like one or the other, or both, whatever. But I'm like, oh gosh, are we going down that road again? And you can anecdotally, my fellow Vincentians, which we have a tendency to do, anecdotally, with I guess with, I want to say anecdotally, rum shop stories, block stories, and you know what the eye see, what your lion eyes would tell you. You can't go about talking about these entities, standard of living and quality of life, in such a casual, flippant fashion, particularly in an election year. Your discussion will have to be way more concrete. So yeah, I mean, while you might persuade some by talking about number of cars coming off the car boat, or the traffic congestion, or houses and all of that, while that might win an argument in some places, there are other places that won't win the argument, that won't carry the day. How do we convince Dr. Shallow or Candyman? How do we convince, whether you're talking about quality of life or standard of living? How do you present your facts? Candyman, for example, this morning you presented, I think it was a World Bank report, I can't remember, I don't want to quote wrongly, but you presented some stats in terms of our growth and growth projection. Not going to argue those at all. I'm not going to argue those. I'm not going to say you are wrong in doing that, all right? But those are more related to where you are in terms of growth, progression, economic progress, and I love that. But they do not necessarily establish an ideal where you are positionally. So I know you're asking, how do you do that? So I'm in the couple of minutes that I have left, I have 10 things written down here. I'm just going to mention them, and that we can use them more in a constellation. You can pick out one or two of these 10 and say, okay, we're doing well here, so we are either establishing economic growth progressively, or we are establishing economic positionally. It takes more than one, the composite metrics. So unemployment rate will play a factor. So when you're having these discussions, be armed with independently determine the stats related to the unemployment rate in the country. By the way, I'm not trying to win the argument here for Dr. Kishore Shallow or for Candyman. That's not my task to promote one over the other. My task, as I said last week, is to be right down the middle and to try to just my fellow Vincentians, just to try to inform better. All right. So whether it is Candyman or Dr. Kishore Shallow, I don't want the opposition's estimate of the unemployment rate. I don't want the ruling party's figures on the unemployment rate, but independently and probably even externally determined, what's the unemployment rate, as best as we can figure, what's the unemployment rate in St. Vincent? That is something to consider. What's the life expectancy? That is part of the equation. What is the quality of education? Notice the word that I use there, quality. Again, I'll have to come back and do another program on what constitutes real education. It's not just the attainment of degrees and skill training and certificates and all of that. It's not some. It's way bigger than that. Quality education. How do we assess quality education? So that has to be established. That we have a way of establishing quality education. Per capita GDP, disposable income. That enters the picture. Those figures are easy to get. What's the disposable income 10 years ago compared to what the disposable or the real disposable income is in terms of the prices? These are Fitzbramble he's equipped. He can probably have quite a discussion on that. If from the opposition side, he can bring these figures to the fore and let's have a discussion. And let the nation know, man, over the past 10 years, this is what has happened to our real disposable income. The figures are there. You could do that. Make it objective. Make it concrete. Income equality, income inequality. I think this is something that is often ignored in the discussion when we lump everything together and we say nationally, this is where we are as a country. We mask the income disparities that exist and the inequalities that exist. So I would much rather that we see where the gaps are between the haves and the have-nots, and there is that gap. Access to healthcare in many countries, that is a key metric or indicator. That you don't just look at GDP if you want to measure quality of life. Hospital beds per capita, meaning how many hospital beds do you have per member of your population? Do we have adequate, do we have to be taking people out of wards and sending them home prematurely to free up space, for others? What's the equipment like? What's the access like? The ULP touts that significant improvements have taken place in terms of access because of all of these district clinics and all of these things that have sprung up. So, what has happened in terms of access to healthcare? Crime rate, I won't belabor that. That's a factor. Literacy rate. Okay, when a child gets to grade 5, what can they read? Can they write? Can they spell? Housing. Basically, what I'm saying here, I have to wrap up. Basically, what I'm saying here, we put some anecdotes out there and we say, oh, yeah, quality of life is improving or standard of living is improving. It's in business, grandees. The assessing public has to be more discreet than that, than to buy what one guy presents or what the other guy presents, and to look at multiple metrics. And I've said this many times, but don't look at one, don't look at two, don't look at three. There's a conglomeration, bunch of things that you will look at, and you get an overall picture of where we are. And for my part, I would like to hope, and it's my fervent prayer, that we as a country are on an upward trajectory. And the growth figures presented this morning would indicate, that we are on an upward trajectory. But not only that positionally, that we are placed where we are comfortable, both in terms of the quality of life and the standard of living. This is my country and I love my country. And I'm not going to be swayed by a political argument on one side or the other. I would want to be a little bit more objective as to how we are growing and where we are. I hope what I shared this morning will be helpful to a few, if not many people. All right, take care. Have a great week ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Richards. Catch you tomorrow morning, same time, same place, right here on OMG in the morning. When my DJ has taken his leave outside, I don't know what's going on. So I can't say, hey, this is where I'm going to wrap it up until tomorrow morning. You have a blessed day today. And remember, it's raining outside. Oh, you're wrong. It's raining outside. Be careful, cover up, have an umbrella. But don't worry, Wayne St. Vincent, the sun is going to come out soon. That's how he is in St. Vincent, not just in the Caribbean, but in St. Vincent especially. It's never gonna rain all day, every day. There's always gonna be a ray of sunlight somehow, somewhere. Yeah. Don't have a good day today, folks. I do not want to have a good day today, but I want you to have a
great day
today. We gone. Love you. Catch you tomorrow morning. Hey, before I go, remember on Wednesday morning we have our special guest inside, which will be Philip Jackson. Jackson, right? Coming out of the Marico constituency. Philip Jackson, my special guest, is on Wednesday morning. Look forward to that. That would be a good one. I am personally looking forward to that. Philip Jackson, all right, on Wednesday morning. I look forward to him. He's a great. Have you ever heard this guy talk? He's an amazing orator. I mean, like, this guy speaks. He's got depth. He's articulate. I am like, whoa. When I heard him, I'm like, whoa. I am the one who went out to try and get him to come on. When I heard him, I said, Louise, could you get that guy to come for me, please? I was so impressed with him. So I want to get to know a little bit about him. This interview would not be a kind of fight-up interview. This interview is going to get to know who exactly is Philip Jackson. This is the kind of interview that is going to be on Wednesday morning. Who are you? You know? Who are your family? What's your background? What do you believe in? What you don't believe in? What's your style? What do you like? What don't you like? You know? We're going to get to know who Philip Jackson is. And I tell you, when you hear the depth of this guy, I heard him and immediately I picked up my phone and I called. I said, I need to interview that guy. There's something about him that's different. There's something about him that's different, that's really, really different. You know, and I really, really want to have a conversation with him. And it's going to be a different kind of conversation, okay? It's not going to be the regular kind. It's going to be a different kind of... I'm intrigued about his brains, his mind, the way his brains function. I understand that he's got a history in chemistry and in not just the arts, but in computer science and all of that. I want to nitpick his brains. I want to hear about him. I want to hear how did he get to where he is presently. I want to hear his life story. All right? So we're going to hear about that on Wednesday morning from Philip Jackson. Look forward to that. Until then, we're going to love you.